unbiased scientific studies and examples. The committee presented its work products to the planning board in January. Its work has been all but ignored. Here are the facts. In the ensuing 9 months, first the planning board and then the town board, despite blatant conflicts of interest and using EDP's written critique of the proposed law as a roadmap, systematically dismantled the protections contained in the original draft law. They did so notwithstanding overwhelming public support for strong height and setback restrictions. These sentiments were expressed by large majorities at public hearings, in the town's own survey, and in petitions signed by over 400 residents of this town. They did so despite the fact that over 80% of the individuals who stand to profit from this project do not live on the land that they have leased to EDP. The rationale? If we enact a law with the restrictions that many people are recommending, then EDP will not be able to build the project that it wants to build. What possible motivation could compel our town supervisor and town council to ignore such a volume of input? What compels them to propose legislation designed to benefit a few absentee landowners and a corporate raider at the expense of so many who stand before you yet again tonight? You've indicated that you expect to enact the law tomorrow at a special meeting. You didn't give me the 3 minutes because I practiced this at home. You've never permitted rational debate or open discussion. This time you will not even pretend to take time to read responses that people are concerned here tonight.
Okay,
No, I want one more thing. I'm going to say it.
3 minutes.
Madison,
No.
your town supervisor says, keep Madison, Madison. What do you mean by that? This project will change Madison irrevocably. You also say you're a local man with local concerns. Well, I'm not a man, but I'm sure local, and I have local concerns, and you haven't listened to them not once. So this is all subterfuge and baloney. You've made up your mind, and we're all here.
Dave Holmes.
Feel all right.
Dave Holmes.
This is an abridged version of a longer letter which I am submitting in writing. I would like to ask the members of the town board to please extend a moratorium on windmills before making a final decision concerning the wind law. I think that there are questions that still need to be answered clearly before a vote should be taken by the board. 1, in what ways will the windmills benefit all of the residents of Madison, not just the few who have signed agreements with EDP? This question needs to be answered with specific, clearly stated information. 2, if the windmills are installed, will there be compensation from EDP for those residents of Madison located near, but not on the wind farm, whose property and homes might go down in value as a result of being close to the turbines? 3, will there be tax benefits to everyone in Madison? If so, what will they be? Will the residents of Madison receive any electrical power produced by the windmills? 5, I have heard rumors that the Madison school system will receive payments from EDP. Is there a written legal agreement in place between EDP and the town? What is it? If there is not a specific agreed amount in place, should we not have one? Before we rush in to accept windmill guidelines favorable to EDP. 6, I have also heard that the mega windmills proposed by EDP must be of greater heights to meet the industry standard. If this is the case, why are the lower windmills already operating locally still running if they are so inefficient? Isn't EDP's insistence on this standard really just to generate greater profits for them? 7, if EDP is so proud of what it is offering Madison, why is it not coming forward publicly to state all of its plans and intentions? Why all the secret, undisclosed agreements, leases, and offers, and what are they? These are just a few of the questions that I still would like to have answered clearly. Madison has many natural resources to offer, and if they are to be exploited by a developer from outside the community, I personally don't see what is the hurry.
Beg your pardon?
Arthur? is Arthur Stuttery. I'm a resident of the Village of Hamilton. I'm going to speak and avoid other comments that I would like to make. I'm going to speak about the problems of this industrial turbine project on one facility, the Hamilton Municipal Airport. For those of you that may not be aware of it, the Hamilton Municipal Airport is not a grass strip in a cornfield. It is a major airport facility in the town of Madison, half and half in the town of Hamilton. It is a jewel of an airport, and it is an economic jewel. This is an airport that has gone through great development in the last few years and has really succeeded. We take in jet traffic from companies like Chobani, Ferris, Baseball Hall of Fame, Colgate administration staff, and alumni. We have many facilities, including T-hangars, corporate hangars, tie-downs, fuel facilities, and other facilities necessary for a successful aviation operation. We have a waiting list for hangars. For hangars, we have pilots waiting to get into the hangars. Just recently, we have been told that there is a possibility, more than a possibility, it's a fact, that the New York State DOT, Department of Aviation, has granted a good sum of money to the Hamilton Municipal Airport for further development of things like T-hangars. We have a waiting list of 8 or 11 pilots that would like to get into new T-hangars. If we keep looking at this airport as just a piece of concrete landing strip, and we let these wind turbines interfere with flight safety and with economic development, we are in a real problem. They will definitely be a problem to the economic development of the airport, and they will definitely be a factor in flight safety. One of our more experienced pilots, and he has spoken with Mr. Bono and sent letters to him, some of which never made it to the file, has said it's not a question of if, but when a private airplane flies into one of these towers. If you take a general aviation pilot with little experience coming in late some afternoon in foggy weather, and the lights don't work on these turbines, that's going to be it. And there's no reason for these turbines to be put where they are when there are hundreds of thousands of other square miles in the area that would suffice. Most recently, the Colgate Aviation Club, upwards of 20 students have developed a program to participate at the airport and to perform things, including flight lessons and learning. I can't impress upon you about how important this facility is. These turbines are going to really turn away pilots when they see how difficult it is to come in here, where they already have turbines to the west, northeast, and to the north of the Hamilton Municipal Airport, which has already necessitated the FAA to change their approach patterns. I will now turn into the board the papers showing where the Village of Hamilton has taken a stand for reconsideration of this. This package was sent by Mayor Miller to Supervisor Bono in August, and I don't know if it's on record now, but I want it to be on record right now, please.
David Jordan.
Good evening. My name is David Jordan. I'm a town of Madison resident, owning a farm and rental property on Center Road. I'm here tonight to address the proposed wind law. As I understand it, the proposed wind law forms 2 wind districts. Both of these potential wind districts are large and include many non-participating residents and their properties. In your case, to get the wind project going, I fear that you have unconsciously focused too much on immediate financial gain for a select few participating leaseholders who have been offered a viable opportunity to make a great deal of money. I agree that this is a wonderful opportunity for leaseholders. However, I have great reservations regarding these wind districts if they are permitted without reasonable regulations. What are you offering the non-participating residents? You as the town board are responsible for placing them in these wind districts that will negatively impact them and their families and their hard-earned properties. Without communicating with them or even attempting to reach a compromise in regards to safely installing these commercial turbines, I do believe that in this case, informing these wind districts has been an unconscious act in which you as a town board are attempting to seize an opportunity that has not been well thought out or communicated with the residents of the town. This unconscious act leads me to my next concern. My next concern is, who will be the next victim of your unconscious act? The door is open to sacrifice residents for the promise of money for the town and leaseholders. And now not just Bay residents are being told, not asked to be included in the discussion, but they are told where they're going to live in a wind district. Who will be next? What will be next? The town could and always will use more money. I urge you to step back and think about your unconscious act. How will it help Madison and all of its residents in the long run if allowed to proceed?
Hi, my name is Allison Hutchins. I live on Tinker Hollow Road. I have lived within 1 mile of the first wind turbines for 12 years. Most of the time, I have to look if they are running or not because I cannot hear them. It is in 2 miles of Route 20, and I can hear tractor trailers, motorcycles, and other loud vehicles on Route 20. I'm here tonight to ask the town board not to put any noise limits on wind turbines. How can you have noise limits on wind turbines? How can you fairly put noise limits on one thing and not have it on anything else? There are a lot of things that make more noise than windmills. Are you going to outlaw tractor trailers going through the town of Madison? Small airplanes make a lot more noise than wind turbines when they take off. Are you going to order the airport of Hamilton to close? My grandma has a motorcycle that she rides through town on nice days. She loves her motorcycle. Are you going to make her sell it? I urge the town board not to start something they can't stop. I'm afraid if you do, myself and the people of the town will lose a lot of their freedoms. Everything in the world changes, some for the best, some not for the best, but everybody seems to deal with it, so I back down now.
George Stone.
Joyce Stone. I live on Tinker Hollow Road. First, I'd like to thank the town council for all you do and for all you have done. Most, if not all of you, have full-time jobs. You have run for council jobs, voted into these jobs, and you do your part. Who would want a job like this if they didn't love their town? The rudeness you put up with, nasty letters, and only you know what else. I have lived in Tinker Hollow 43 years. My husband has been there all his life. Our grandkids are fifth generation on this family farm. We love this land, and we would do nothing to hurt it or damage it or our way of life. Airplanes coming out of Hamilton do make more noise than windmills. And it's kind of funny that they come out of Hamilton, they circle the windmills, and go back to Hamilton like they're giving tours or something. I'd just like to say, Madison does matter.
Ken Stone.
Ken Stone. I live at Tinker Hollow Road in the town of Madison. At one time, we knew what was right. We built wind turbines, the first in the state. We were pioneers. We were looked up to by others. We were proud of what we were and what we had accomplished. A while later, we decided there should be some kind of guidelines on wind turbines. So in 2011, the town put in place guidelines for windmills, construction, and placement. We all use electricity, and we all use air. We now have a chance to make electricity out of air without polluting the air, the water, or the land. Now here we are, all hung up trying to make a decision that we have already made before. I would like to encourage the town board to follow the county's recommendations and use the wind law we made back in 10/15/2010 before we got our heads all twisted up to a point where we couldn't think straight. So let's just use what we already have, follow your lawyer's advice, and don't put noise limits that would be almost impossible to enforce on new turbines. Let's get this business behind us, regain our rightful place as leaders in the world of wind energy. Respectfully, Ken Stone.
Paul Bookbinder.
Paul Bookbinder, Westfield Road. This is the statement that I'd like to present before tonight. As you can see, it's blank on both sides. If you don't care what I think, your actions over the last few years have shown that you don't care what the majority of your constituents have to say. You only care what EPP has to say. And when EPP says jump, you say how high. So tomorrow, you're going to pass a law that's going to destroy this town. So what's the sense in making a statement tonight? I'll make my statement in the voting booth in November, and then you're damn sure have to listen to that.
Jason Devar, Route 12B. Good evening. Valco's been my home for my family and I for more than a decade. I want to take a moment to thank the Madison Town Board for their leadership, patience, and professionalism dealing with this public debate, and ability to reach a possible consensus for those living in this beautiful and historic town. I look forward to the continued leadership from the current Madison Town Board in the upcoming year.
As most of you all know, I am from EDP Renewables, and I would be happy to answer some of your questions, but had you checked and come to the open house that we held here in the school, you would have had many of your answers to your questions. Also, the DEIS that we submitted to the town contains many of the studies that are required. Now, one of the studies, which happens to be an FAA application, which was already submitted and we received back, which showed that we do not have any turbines that would affect the Hamilton field. So I want to go on record right now that FAA application has been filed, we have our results, the FAA also has the results. Second of all, one of the questions that's come up many times over is regarding the property values or surrounding these turbines. Now, I'm not sure that anyone here is aware, but in August of 2013, a new study came out.